It's a stroll through Pennsylvania. Race number 3 at 13. It is a road course. It's a long road course. 40 laps. The course in the mountains of central Pennsylvania. Probably racing on the Pennsylvania Turnpike. Welcome everybody. This is race number 3. It should be a really good one. Race number 2 was very unique because race number 2 had a lot of flipping in the standings. In fact, in the season standings, Country Doc was the only driver to finish in the top 10 in both races. Everybody else, a lot of them, a lot of drivers. We go 16, 17, 18, 19 drivers finished total in the top 10 in 2 races, meaning there are a ton of different ones. There have been a few did not finish, a few accidents last time, but it has put pressure on a lot of different drivers. Country Doc is sitting in first, and when you're hot, you got to Powell on the points. Josh Johnson has been very consistent. He's the second one. It's funny because in the top 10, only Michael Coran has a win, and Ronald Ray has a win also. So Coran is 10th in the points. He has 1 win. And Ronald Ray has 1 win, and he's 11th in points. And it is very funny. The lead laps, laps completed, everybody with 99% in the very beginning. It's funny because Keith Novick was knocked out yesterday, and he's now number 9. But when we take a look at laps led in total races, Brent Simmons has led 1/4 of all the laps in the first 2 races, and Ronald Ray has led 41% of the laps. Nathan Butler picked up 10% yesterday, but in the short tracks, again, this is only 40, and the other ones are 400. So as you can see in the practice already, the racing lines being discovered. When you take a look at yesterday's race, it was more or less. Ronald Ray started 14th and he finished first. A huge jump. Simmons again qualified 8th and he finished 2nd, and Bandy started 5th and finished 3rd. So a lot of solid action going there. So as we take a look here early on, 40 laps here. It is road race. It is 40 laps. And we're about ready to go. So let's go down to the field and meet our starting lineups and see where everybody qualified. So here we go. This is, you're going to have to get used to this. The helicopter view today, you're going to see a lot of that when we go to spacing here. First is John Oldfield. Oldfield yesterday. He gets the pole position today. Oldfield yesterday. Number 62 was out because of an accident. He qualified 3rd yesterday. He's trying to get over. Again, Brent Simmons, a very, very tough driver. He's winning a lot of laps. He is 2nd on the list. Sam Hopper, another qualified driver. He's going to be 3rd. And John Galante, surprisingly, John has really qualified well in these races. He will be 4th. He hasn't had too much luck. But anyway, Nathan Butler is 5th. Nathan yesterday slamming right into the wall of the pit. Hopefully today the pits don't hurt. Brandon Powell is 6th. Pressure is on Brandon Powell because Brandon Powell yesterday slammed into the wall. And he got slammed into, he slammed into Bryce McBin. Bryce McBin slammed into the wall, and then he went there. So here we go. This is, that is Powell there. So we go to number 7, Mike Kilroy. Kilroy has been, he needs a good finish. He finished 14th yesterday. He started 30th. And then we go to Nick Leahy. Well, Leahy always starts off poorly in qualifying. Now he starts off really well. So Leahy will go 8th. 9th is Brooke Warren. She started out last time way back in the pack and has worked her way up yesterday. Started out 31st yesterday, went to 11th, plus 20 in spots, looking good. And there's Bryce McMahon next to her, so that is very big. So William Mullins, the 4-year-old, he will go back and start there against Scotty Schultz as we are moving back into the line. Schultz will be 12th. So 13th is Sammy Gonzalez, 14th is Matt Brinker. And Matt Brinker looking for another good finish. Brinker yesterday got in an accident. He qualified 11th. So he qualified 12th here. Michael Powell, 13th. And one-time race winner Michael Coran, he is 14th. Zane Geist, 15th. Zane Geist has wrecked twice, just like Brandon Powell. He needs to finish, and he needs to finish at least 2 races really up there if he wants to compete for a championship. Remember, there are only 13 races. Paul Slovic is next to him. He has not had the greatest run in the world. He got out because of an accident yesterday. He's also down on points. He needs a win here. So Bandy finished yesterday 3rd, qualified 5th, and he's back in the pack. And Hugh Pham. Hugh has been really non-existent. Here comes Chris Mullins. He had a top 10, starting next to Spencer Kale. That is really big. John Geist, way back there. John has not had the greatest of races, but here is Doug Sandra, number 51. Doug finished very, very well in the first couple races. And in the first couple races, I mean, Doug Sandra, that's very big. He's very consistent. In fact, in points, he's up there. I believe he's 5th in points. Brian Lippert, he needs a big finish today. He starts next to Keith Novick, number 56. Going back is Josh Johnson. Josh Johnson again, 2nd in points. And Josh yesterday did not have the greatest of races. He finished 12th, but he did qualify 25th. He always works his way up. Michael Cunningham. Cunningham is in the middle and of the pack as we take a look at Velasco, Echebaugh, and Emilio Rocha. Well,
drivers, start your engines!
They call it drivers starting your engines, and the pace car right now will start, and we're going to take a look. It's going to be a full face lap, so we're going to go to the front of the cars. This is going to be, for the full pace lap, you're taking a look at this. This is going to be a very unique track. As you go turn number 1, as you can see, it is a banked speedway roadway. Kind of road course and speed course. It's kind of in both. It is a hybrid of 2. Very interesting hybrid where you can go as fast as you want, but again, it's twisting and turning left and right. Remember, this is an 11-mile course. People are going as fast as humanly possible through this. It's about 3 minutes a lap on this road course, and there's plenty of opportunities for passing on the turns and long straightaways. So it's not like the road courses of Europe where you only have 5 or 6 spots where you can do something. You can see the big long turns. 40 laps in this race. Right now, going pretty well. This is one long turn, and it's almost like an oval. You can see this one is finishing up, and after this long turn, you can go 6 lanes. You can go 6 wide. It's almost like the Daytona Beach that we had before. This one is going to be downhill, this turn to the right hand, and you can really build up speed right here. Got to be careful. You don't want to go too fast and fly off, especially for this last turn. And then the final turn here. So we're ready to go as they are going straight away. Very, very big. 11-mile all the way around, 40 laps. Three-way is here. Taking a look again at the points. Points as we go through, ready to start this race. Country Dog first. Josh Johnson 12 points behind. This is for the leader, number 2, Michael Powell, 24 behind. 3. Nick Leahy, even though Michael Powell only has one top 10, he's been very consistent. Remember, everybody's flipping back and forth. Nick Leahy is 4th, and Sandra is 5th in points. It's funny because the top 5s, only Country Doc and Josh Johnson have had top 5s. So only 2 of the 5 in the top 5. John Geist is 6th. Bandy, Simmons, Novik, and Coran. They all have top 5s, but Bandy is 7th. Simmons is 8th, Novik is 9th, Coran is 10th. John Geist with one top 10, he's consistently up there. He's running 6th in points. Sam Hopper, he's looking for a good race. He qualified really well here. Sam, of course, got wrecked in the very beginning of the last race, and Sam is in 13th position. He's number 2. The hope is today he can get up there a little bit, be able to finish strong, possibly in the top 10. And that's going to be it. As you can see, exit 77, that's going to be the pit road. So Oldfield and Brent Simmons will start, and they're about ready to go on the green flag. And they're gone, they're underway, so here we go, the first lap. Oldfield taking a look, as you can see, it is very, very fast, this track. John Oldfield taking the early lead. You're going to see a lot of passing and a lot of grouping. As it goes around, we haven't thinned out anything yet. We're going to keep an eye on the top 10 as we do at the very top of the screen, but Nathan Butler again with the lead. Getting near the lead, he's 2nd inside of Brent Simmons, and he's pulling ahead. He's trying to stay out of pit trouble like yesterday when he misjudged how to get in the pit and he just slammed into the wall. William Mullins on the very bottom. You can go 6 wide on this road course. This is a very fast one. And William Mullins was trying to peel out and maybe take the lead, but you're going to see that. You only have so much slipstream early on. And when you run out of it, all of a sudden you start to go back and you wonder. But Nate Butler again with the lead. So early on, a lot of camera angles behind rocks and everything like this, but Nate Butler taking the lead early. And right now it looks like John Oldfield and Nate Butler are fighting for this lead. It's very big. Oh, there's a huge one. It looks like 3 cars are done. Oh, and it looks like Velasco's done. It looks like they all touched. Oh, this is early. And it is early. It looks like Adam Velasco is done. And I knew Velasco's paint scheme when I was in there. Let's see if he is done or not. We got to take a look at what happened. It was the very back. Maybe it wasn't Velasco. But we got to take a look at whoever it was. So taking back, there are 3 cars already out. Let's see who it was. We got to maybe take a look at the helicopter. There it is. Let's take a look here. Oh, that I believe is Michael Powell, number 35. Number 35, Michael Powell. No, I think that might be, what is it, 65? Not Gonzalez. Oh, that might be Mullins. Let's see, is Mullins in there? No, it isn't Mullins. Who is that? We're just going to take a look. And we're going to go to camera. We're going to go to helicopter on this one. As this race starts out, 3 are down, and we're trying to find out. No, that's Bandy Lippert and Nick Leahy. So let's see what happened here. That's Bandy Lippert and Nick Leahy on this. And they're probably going to be out of the race as the race is still going on. Let's see what happened. It's early time. Let's see who did what here. And let's take a look. Nick Leahy moving on. And, that was all Bandy. That was all Steve Bandy. Steve Bandy got sucked in, and he knocked out. Oh, that was tough. And that was tough. If you want to take a look at, Brian Lippert had to get around, and I'm not sure how much of that, but one more time. And this is from Nick Leahy's car. He's done. I mean, he is done. I mean, that was Bandy that tried to move inside. And you're going to take a look at the front chase. The chase cam right here. And watching this, watch him. Right now, all of a sudden get whacked. Right here. Bam. And we got both these cars. Now, I don't know. There's more to Leahy than Bandy. Bandy might get patched up. I'm not sure how much of a retirement there's going to be. Or how much, and that's going to be Leahy coming out of the pits here. Oh, the pit is dangerous on there. Brian Lippert's retired. He is retired there. So as we complete the first lap, 227 miles an hour as they are just gunning it. Looking ahead, they say Bryce McMinn, he's 9th. But I think he just took the lead. So we got to take a look. Him and Brandon Powell are looking very good here in the beginning. These wide turns, you're able on these wide turns to pass. And you can see a lot of this. We're doing a lot of helicopter today. Until we get thinned out, these are going to be very dangerous. Less than a second, the top 10. You have to get up to a pack to be able to race closely. That's why there might be a lot of accidents today. We already had 2, and look at this. Back and forth, the varying speeds make it very difficult. This is super speedway, but left and right turns. This is going to be number 2, lap number 2. Brandon Powell picking up the bonus points. He's being challenged up there. And it looks like Powell might have the lead. Let's see. And he's 2,000ths of a second. No, it looked like, yes, he did. And William Mullins will now take a share of the lead. Oh, that was almost a dead heat. Look at this, bumper to bumper of all these cars. Early on, there's a little bump. See in this hole, there's 2 packs going up. And right now, William Mullins starting out with a big lead. The 4-year-old is leading all the adults. And you can see a lot of jockeying for position. There's a lot of cars here. Josh Johnson in the back of that crazy pack. He's 15th. There's another pack. Way back where is number 17 and number 51. I think that they had maybe a collision or something going to that effect. We're going to have to see number 17. That's Adam Velasco. So we're going to move it back all the way. There's a lot going on here. There's Velasco. I'm wondering whether he fell into somebody on this lap. He might have fell into somebody on this lap as we're going to go all the way back. I don't think that he would have just, he's this bad. He isn't. And Velasco now 20-some seconds back. We're seeing if there's anything like a wreck or anything like that we should be worried about. And he is back a little bit. I mean, with 40 laps, you're going to have a lot of racing, but not a lot of catching up. And it looks like right now Velasco, as we're trying to go to the beginning as much as we can, I mean, I am seeing very much nothing. And, oh, yeah, there was a little incident right here. Let's see this one. So there was an incident, and Velasco Oh, it looked like Spencer Kale. We're going to have to take a look at that. Yeah, number 82, Spencer Kale. So Spencer Kale here, number 82, slipped out. There's been a lot of slipping out here. So let's see, number 82, oh, Spencer Kale. Let's see what happened in this whole thing. There might be more people that are out. Country Doc is in it. Oh my goodness, another incident. Oh, it was created by Sam Hopper. Look at that in the middle. Now watch Sam Hopper in the middle. Sam and looks like Spencer Kale. They're neck and neck. And Sam Hopper, no, Nate Butler tried to go over, cut him off, and he got squeezed and he bumped. Oh, there's 3. Steve Eschenbaugh got hit hard. Oh, Slovic is gone. He's done. Country Doc is gone. John Geist, Hopper, and Steve Eschenbaugh. So a lot just slammed into each other. So we got to see, there's already wrecks going on crazy. And we're going to go back live. So going back live right now, we look at Spencer Kale, a few retired, a few in the pits. Right now, we are back to the top 19 within a second. And there's a lot of craziness as Adam Velasco is back. They're trying to do a lot of things right now. There's a lot going on in the beginning, a lot of wrecks. And right now, who is wrecking is much important. There's very little separation in this. A lot of these cars, they got the top 10 here. And who is wrecking and who is not is so big. Michael Coran is now 5th. And actually, Michael Coran is 2nd. He might take the lead again. He won the first race. Brandon Powell is looking good. Sammy Gonzalez is now fighting for 2nd. Brent Simmons is back in there. Zane Geist, he needs a big finish today, and right now he's showing it. He's not wrecked yet, even though we're on lap number 4 of 40 as they go behind the trees. Very, very big as back in 4th we go. So big, this is Brandon Powell in front. Again, he's been in front a lot of the times. Nate Butler trying to get ahead. There's a lot of changes here. And this is the one thing with the long racetrack and the possibility of thinning out, it doesn't look like there are too many opportunities for lead changes. You would say that. But because once you pit, everybody would probably be pitting on the same lap. So you never know. 11 miles and 40, that's 400 miles of racing. So 440 miles of racing, it's about 2 hours. So right now, early on, they're trying to get who is having, this has been a race of attrition right now. And it's going to be lap number 5. That big green line was huge here. Brent Simmons is falling back, same as Zane Geist, and Mike Kilroy is back there. There is a huge difference in the top. You got 15 here, ending with number 62, John Oldfield. And then what you have is you have number 17. And that's just way back there. Number 17 out of Velasco. He's only 32 seconds back. Now he does have 400 miles to get back. When you're just jamming the gas pedal and you're on your own island, that's tough. Again, we have people who are way back. We have John Geist, who's way back. We have Keith Novick, number 56, who's way back. Sam Hopper. We have some retirements because of accidents. And we have some people that are in the pit right now who haven't got out of it. There's been a lot of people, and it has just been crazy the first couple laps. 2 big accidents. So out of the race is number 51. Oh, a little bit of bumping there. Out of the race is, taking a look, is number 51. And that's Doug Sandra. He's down. He's done for the day. He had a very good opening, and then he got done. He was just done as Nate Butler will have the lead here. Nate is starting to pull out. Here's a slower car. This is Chris Mullins. This could be interesting as everybody's slowing down. They got to hit it for Mullins. Look at this. There could be a lot of bumping. Mullins right in the middle. He's slowing down all the cars. Oh, this is not good. And Mullins again. Let's see. Back. He's trying to filter their way through, and this is going to get some people thinning out. Mullins just doesn't have it, and he looks like he might bump. And right now, Josh Johnson trying to get around him. And this is going to help thin out that pack. And now they got to go past Mullins, and that does thin out the pack very well. That was exactly what the pack needed. Mullins is very much just running this race right now. And everybody's speeding up. Josh Johnson now has moved up in the race. He's now 7th. 9th, actually, as I'm counting back. The counter, it's a challenge. So, I mean, this is an incredible early on race. A lot of thinning out now happening, and that's what they needed. That whole pack wasn't being thinned out. That had to be really nerve-wracking. Nerve-wracking is me trying to get my work visa. Butler and Coran. Powell will take 3rd. So far, Ronald Ray has moved his way up. Ronald Ray, number 25. And he's up there. Same with Michael Paul. So Ronald Ray, who won last race, is trying to be a formidable contender here. The points leader, Country Doc, taking a look at number 10. Is that number 10 Country Doc? We got to see. Country Doc is number 29. So number 29 Country Doc is even. No, he's in the pits. Country Doc could very costly. And you see the accidents and retired. So here's who's gone. Retiring is number 3, very easily Brian Lippert. He was in there. Number 22 also retiring. He got in an accident. These two are accidents. 22 is Steve Bandy, and 27 is Steve Eschenbaugh. Number 29, Country Doc, he's in the pits, 3 laps down, and only 40 laps. You're not going to be winning any race that way. So Paul Slovic is done with an accident. Really unfortunate luck. He's been involved in 3 incidents early. And number 96, Hugh Pham is done. Hugh Pham retired, so Hugh has had some really bad luck in the first couple races. Number 12, he's also done, and 12 is Michael Cunningham. He needed a big push today, and he didn't get it. He's really in trouble. And taking a look down, number 51. As we take a look, Doug Sandra, he's down. That's no good. Doug Sandra, he was big in points. Scotty Schultz is also involved in that wreck. Poor Scotty Schultz. And number 79 and 91 as we go down there. 79 is Brooke Warren. She was running so good, and she was cut in that accident on number 91. Let's see. 91. We got to take a look at that. I don't remember Warren in that accident. Number 91, Amelia Rocha, is gone. So I'm going to take a look at Brooke Warren and see what happened there. We'll take a little run out from here. Number 91. Let's take a look at Amelia Rocha and see what happened with their incident. Amelia Rocha is now in the pits. It didn't look good for Rocha. I'm wondering if he got tangled up with Warren a lot of times. When they go out together, that's it. We got the top 14 going right here. It's easier to focus on 14 than it is. So here we go. So he's in. It looks like 27 Eschenbaugh. I think he might have been caught up in that craziness. And let's see as they go back. This was going a while back. We're not even into the pits yet. So don't worry about the ticker on the front part of the screen. We're still going back to see Emilio Rocha getting out of this race and seeing if Warren was also involved in the incident. Oh my goodness! It looks like Rocha really got flipped around. Rocha, and it looked like, okay, Oldfield, and there was a little bumping going on there. And Emilio Rocha still going around. Let's see what, he hit Cunningham, and he took out Schultz. That's exactly what happened. Oh, and he started to flip too. And take a look at this. Warren was involved. Watch Warren at the very back, number 79. So Warren will be here. Watch Warren and bam, bam. Hit. So I'm wondering what happened to Cunningham. So, okay, we don't care about stuff. Anyway, we got that in the background going. I'm trying to get my work visa. I want to see what happened to Cunningham. So, Cunningham, this was the key to everything. Cunningham was very slow. And Cunningham, as we go back with all of the stuff happening with Cunningham, I'm going to see, it looks like he got nailed in the back. He was only going 100 miles an hour, and that is the biggest thing when stuff like that happens. So Cunningham, it looks like he was in 17th position, and it looks like he was hitting the racing line here. And let's see, Cunningham, this was big whenever he went slow. Oh, he got hit. Here it is. Something happened. So he was in with Mullins. Oh, my goodness. Let's see what happened here. There were no yellow flags, so when this happened, oh, Doug Sandra started that one. Oh my goodness, and that's Doug Sandra that started that incident. Oh my goodness, everybody going down, and Doug caused that big wreck. I don't know whether it's a stall tactic, but there are a lot of wrecks, and I will tell you what right now, that this is the race that is going to create rivalries. Right now, there are just wrecks all over the place. I don't know if these drivers can handle it. And taking a look here, this is Doug. This is all the way, I believe, on lap number 2. So watch Doug. He just went in and bang, bang, and bang. And oh, that was Mullins with the hit. Now we have a lot of people back. Yeah, a lot of people still hitting. And with no green lights, I mean, that is big. Doug Sandra, no good there. Taking a look here, number 65 right now. Sammy Gonzalez has the lead. No, he doesn't. It hasn't been updated. Josh Johnson in the lead. Josh is up there and looking very good early on. Josh Johnson out of Knock High School. His number 1 here, Nathan Butler, is trying to fight for the lead. They go 4 wide, and this has really thinned. This pack has thinned. Sammy Gonzalez is here. Michael Coran is still into it. To go into slower cars, and these are the cars that were hit as Nick Leahy. This can be a mess. Sam Hopper again, and this is where a mess happens. Coran and all that when you hit these slower cars here. And Hopper again refusing to go to the side. He's saying, no way. Ronald Ray is in the back. He won the last race. This is just absolutely crazy. And oh, was there a hit? Was there a hit? Somebody went back. And we got to see. And it looks like some people are in the pits. So they are pitting right now in lap number 9 of 40. So nobody got hit. They're all going in. And here are the pits right here. So going inside and pitting, you have a few people, some on number 9, some will be on number 10. You got to worry about a few things. So Butler and everything happening here very quickly. Josh Johnson. So it looks like every 10 laps they're going to pit. Every 10 laps will be 100 miles. So Ronald Ray will get out of the pits early. It looks like Coran will get out. Oh, they're close. And it looks like they're okay. Getting out, it looks again like possibly Michael Powell here. Country Doc. He's still in the pits. And Country Doc taking a look. But here they go out. Pit lane number 1. We're taking a look at this. Who was in the pits? Pit lane number 2. Pit lane number 1. This is the biggest one. There are people coming out of the pits right now. Want to get that out of the way. That's Nate Butler. And Brinker looked like. That's Josh Johnson. And Michael Powell getting out of there. And here's Brent Simmons. So in lap number 10, you know there's going to be a lot of people going into the pits. Taking a look at number 1. All the way up, I guess it would be number 65. Sammy Gonzalez and Bryce McMinn. This is for first and second, but they got to go take a pit. And McMinn and Gonzalez McMinn yesterday was running first when he got hit. I believe he led a lap, and that goes in front of everything. As that was a spectator view, we don't want that. But here's Sammy. And I'm not sure whether he's beating or losing to McMinn. Bryce McMinn, number 41. So right now it looks like he's a second behind Sammy Gonzalez, Adam Velasco. I'm not sure where he is. This has been just a crazy race. I just know McMinn and they have to pit soon. And McMinn is going to pit. Hopper on. Country Doc. Let's see. Bryce McMinn will be in the pits along with Gonzalez. We got to see this. Gonzalez going down to the pits again. It's all going to be who can get out first. They have about a minute lead. It's going to be very interesting coming out of the pits. Here's Sammy Gonzalez. So Gonzalez, he sees Country Doc still in the pits. And he's running towards his own pit stall, and let's see where this goes. So I think he was second. And it looks like McMinn gets out. So now it's going to be very interesting to see where everybody ends up. It's interesting now seeing this because they are exiting right now when there's a lot of cars coming through. So Bryce McMinn again trying to integrate himself into the lead. There's a lot of craziness going on. Again, it takes a while to get up to speed. There's Brinker and Zane Geist. And right now Brinker has said he's fourth and Zane Geist is fifth. There is separation here. So a lot of accidents early on. And there are cars thinning out here. So it's now becoming a regular race now that we can follow instead of just a glob of things happening. And going slower is Nick Leahy. Nick is not coming back from that accident. He's going very slow. He's just running to try and get points. When you run high in points, remember Nick Leahy is fourth in points at 274. He's 30 behind the leader. You know today is a wash, but you're trying to cut your damage. You're trying to cut it. there are slower cars, so you got to worry about that. Bryce McMinn here. Zane Geist and Matt Brinker ahead of him. So Bryce at 226 miles an hour. Nick Leahy. Nick is now 19th. He is low, and he's not going to win this race. He's just trying to stay on in case other accidents happen. But he's number 19, so that's going to give him points, especially with 33 positions, and especially with the cars flipping back and forth. It's going to keep him in striking distance if he can finish the race. William Mullins, number 45. He's 31 seconds behind, and Nate Butler is chasing him. Through the helicopter, you can see some of these battles. It's William Mullins is in front, and Nate Butler is in the back. Nate Butler is number 9, and William Mullins is number 8. So the battle for 8th position here. Number 34, this is a big race. That's Mike Kilroy. Mike Kilroy, the Butler Eagle, he's running number 7. And Mike Kilroy, number 34. Trying to challenge Sammy Gonzalez now. If you can get a running mate, that means you're going to go fast and slipstream up. I don't think there are any sort of, let's see, time delays when you try and pass like on a short track. Moving on, looks like there's both sides. That's very interesting on this. They go both sides of this racetrack. So right now that is Mike Kilroy and Sammy Gonzalez. Nick Leahy again. Here comes Ronald Ray. Now Ronald Ray there's a pack of 5. This is all for first place. And you can see Matt Corrin right now. With only 40 laps, leading the most laps is very valuable. You get very aggressive. There's not many times it's calculated right when you cross the stripe. Zane Geist is number 2. He had to answer the bell, and he did. I'm not sure where Brandon Powell is. Brandon Powell is 47 seconds behind. He must have either pitted and had a bad pit or gotten some sort of incident or had to avoid things. Brandon Powell trying to hold up to his end of the bargain. He's 13th. He's the other driver. It did not finish. Ronald Ray right now leading. There he is. Michael Corran is actually taking the lead. We're in the cockpit of Michael Corran. Well, we're going to take our first break. 11 laps in. 43 minutes in and 11 laps in. This has been crazy right now. It is a battle for first. We're going to leave you in to he is falling behind, and that is Matt Brinker. Brinker is 4th. Brinker might want to get the lead here. Let's take a look at Michael Corran's car as we go to our first break. or is full speed. Now, we all know that it's changing. Brinker is now first. So, Matt Brinker is first, Coran is second, Geist is third, McMinn is fourth, and Ronald Ray is fifth. And again, everybody is just passing everybody. This is incredible. Gonzalez is sixth. Kilroy, there's two packs here. Gonzalez, Kilroy, Mullins, and Butler. So they are gaining time, especially Sammy Gonzalez is now 21 seconds back. They're gaining time here, so the question is, I think they have easily enough laps. You still have about 300 miles to go. Josh Johnson is now 10. That'll help him a little bit in points. Johnson is falling back. And Johnson and Michael Paul and John Oldfield. That's going to be a good battle, and we're going to go there. Brent Simmons is 13th, and Brandon Powell is 14th. And they are dropping back a little bit to 57 seconds. Brandon Powell is yet to finish a race. Of the 33 cars, we have 23 technically still in. But I believe Country Dog is already down 7 laps. That's big. John Galante is now down to 15th, and Adam Velasco is 2 minutes behind. But again, Novik, Leahy, Geist, Powell, well, these are injured cars, and it's difficult for them. Who is gone? Oh, you got, let's take a look at all the accidents and all the cars and the damage that had to be retired. Amelia Rocha, gone. He finishes 24th. Brooke Warren, gone. She's 25th. Scott Schultz, he's gone. And that's going to be 26th. Doug Sandra, and Sandra was 5th in points. So this kind of hurts. He'll probably drop down to 10th, 11th, or maybe even 12th. And he is down there. Hugh Pham, he had to retire because of damage. Paul Slovic again in another incident. So Steve Eschenbaugh, an accident. Steve Bandy, both Steves, both in an accident, gone, and Brian Lippert retired. Brian Lippert had damage to his car early. Looking at Coran, he's in second position. Take a look in the upper left of your screen. Those are updated when they pass certain checkpoints. Their cars going both ways. This is Sammy Gonzalez. Mike Kilroy. So take a look at that battle right here. This is a battle for 6th position. Mike trying to slipstream Sammy Gonzalez. They're going full throttle here. Sam Hopper is in the pits. And let's see, number 02. Right here, he's 4 laps down. It's not looking great for Sam. Sam, so much promise when he doesn't get into wrecks or when things don't happen. So much promise he does. And I look forward to him and the rest of the time. He's getting past. That's Brandon Powell doing the passing. Powell and Simmons, and I really want to get to that battle. Here's Simmons and Powell right now. You can see the difference in the two. You can see the beautiful landscape in the background. And it is a very fast race. Brent Simmons, if he can get past Powell. Powell is 13th. It doesn't seem great. But for a guy that hasn't finished the race, I mean, remember, Brandon Powell has not finished the race. There's the front of Brent Simmons' car. I mean, when you talk about Powell, he got involved in 2 incidents that weren't even his. He was on the short end of the stick, and when everybody piles up today, it looks like that he has, looks like that he can race well. He was racing well in the first 2 races. And now some incidents happen. You had to get out of the way. And once you lose that initial pack in a speedway / side of the mountain crazy course like this is, 40 laps and we're 15 in, it's hard to make up time. Like I'm looking right now at the 6th and 7th positions between Gonzalez and Kilroy. And at 25 seconds, I mean, you're making up tenths of seconds at a time. And those front 5, nobody is losing those front 5. You know, if those front 5, now this is a race where I could see the front 5 going out as Brandon Powell is trying to slingshot by Brent Simmons. Very aggressive here is Powell. And it's 1:02 right now, their time. Brandon Powell again. At least there's 5 in the front. Brent Simmons is fighting Brandon Powell here as we go through 15 laps of 40. About 3 minutes a lap. 3 minutes a lap times 40 is 120. That's 2 hours. So back and forth they go. They are changing. I mean, we're about an hour in. We're about halfway. Each of these races take about 2 hours. So Powell and Simmons, they go into a very tough part of the raceway. Minute behind. Watching these two battle going back and forth is very serene. It really is. Maybe they can use each other to get a little bit, but they're down now to 109. They're losing time. In the 25 seconds that Gonzalez was behind, he's now down 28. I mean, we never ran races on this. I mean, right now, let's go back to the front of the, there's Josh Johnson. And Josh is 11th. So you have Johnson, you have Oldfield, number 62. He was 10th. So this is 10, 11, and 12. So this is the battle for 10th position as John Oldfield is going up front. Right now, this is big. You want a top 10 matchup. You want top 10 finishes. Of course, it all in the tiebreakers. It's big. So Johnson looking to go ahead of Oldfield right now. They're 51 seconds behind. Everybody's still with their battles. Nate Butler's 41 seconds behind. And William Mullins, the 4-year-old, he's 41 seconds behind the leader. Right now they're going through the super speedway / road course. The fun part is as we go to the very front. Going into the pits, let's see who this is. It's going to be Mike Kilroy at lap number 16. So let's see what happens here. I'm not sure, you know, some people need to pit better than others. And Mike Kilroy comes in, people coming in different sorts of situations here. Kilroy will go in. We'll watch Kilroy in the pits because you see others come in. Mike will drop back a little bit. He needs more tires, he needs more fuel, and he needs to get out of there. So Mike Kilroy again. And he gets out of there easily. Zane Geist, number 92, he's 6th. He's 40 seconds behind. He's on his island. He's got to run his time so serene because he's got no draft to make him go faster. He's got a couple cars in front of him, and that can help him speed up and get a little bit of this time back. He's number 6, and that is big. I mean, that's big. I can't underestimate. If he can get a top 5 finish, that'd be huge. On the side of the winding mountain, take the restrictor plates off, and you're going really fast. Curious to see who's in front of him. Zane Geist, number 92, from Central Pennsylvania. Actually from Freeport, but lives right now in Central PA. He came in, he was in first time. It was his fault. A wreck was in the first race, and that was a gigantic wreck. That wasn't a good one. And then the second one, he kind of got caught up into it. And he's avoided all the wrecks now. This is pure driving ability, and he's done well today, even though he is 6th. He avoided accidents when he was close. Now he's trying to shave some seconds off. Going ahead is William Mullins and Nate Butler. They're ahead, and right now, I'm telling you right now, Zane Geist is ahead of them, but they're going into the pits here, both of them. Let's see what we have. They're neck and neck, and if they're even when it comes to pit time, they could be coming out close to each other. Ronald Ray is in the pits. This is where you see a lot of the accidents happen. And going into the pit, that's going to be first William Mullins and Nate Butler. The Dollar General, he'll go in. So others coming in and out here in the pits. That front has been broken up. It looks like Cran will come in on the next lap. Ronald Ray will go back. Oh, they're filling it in. They are doing certain things to the cars, and out goes Sam Hopper. This is the craziness that happens right now. Brent Simmons coming in the very front. You can't trust the standings right now, as we're 17 laps into 40. 11 miles for the super speedway. And coming out of there, that's going to be Sammy Gonzalez, it looks like. So he leaves. Taking a look at pit lane, we got a few cars left coming in. I mean, there are a few cars. Did something happen? I'm wondering, did something happen? Maybe there was a wreck or something to that effect. Let's go and take a look at Nate Butler's car. Nate Butler, how about John Galante? And we want to go to the chase view. No, Galante looking in there. Nate Butler, Galante. Let's go to Brent Simmons. Who knows? Let's see. Let's take a look at Simmons, and let's see if anything did happen with him. It looks like a lot of people are in this, and he's in there for a way long time, way longer than what should have been, and a lot of times that means something might have happened. He was going Brandon Powell, and I don't see anything So, I mean, he led and then he just wanted to go in. Let's see. He went around the turns, and I don't see anything that's happening with Brent. It looks like Brent should be out there. There's a lot of people in the pits. Brent going around, and Brent just decides, I need to get to the pit, and he does. So I don't see any sort of wrecks or incidents here. Looking around, going. No, he's just been in for a long time. I don't know why he's in the pits for such a long time. Maybe there's something wrong with the car. Number 23, Matt Coran. This is from the behind view. Something happened here with John Geist. Something happened with him, and we're going to take a look at this. We're going to go all the way back. It might be why there's a lot of people in the pits. John Geist with smoke coming out of his car. Not looking very good. I guess he has to go back to the pits. Remember, there are no yellows, and this is a race of attrition. I thought Monday was going to be tough. Oh, looks like Velasco again, and oh, something happened in the pits. Let's see what happened with John Geist in the pits. He was in the pits, and let's see, Geist went out. Oh, he hit Ronald Ray in the pits. I don't know what happened. The car didn't do anything. The car just veered into Ronald Ray, and now I gotta wonder whether Ronald Ray... Oh, and Velasco hit him. So Velasco's been beat up this race. So Geist and Velasco, we gotta see how it is. Geist is not doing very well. It's only 83 miles an hour. Wow, I'll tell you what. There's a lot of cars beat up. And Geist is 2 laps down now. Wondering if we can finish even the race. I think there will be finishers to this race. Velasco is hurt. Here's Big Ben. He's finishing second. Oh, there's a cat. What happened here? Mike Coran. Mike Coran, the leader. And Coran is the leader. We got to go to him. Here he is. And Coran, I'm not sure what happened here. That's Oldfield. So the leader, Coran, oh, this is terrible. He's down to 19 miles an hour. I don't know what happened. So let's take a look at the chase view. This is just a derby where everybody is hitting everybody. So let's take a look here. What happened to the race leader? All right, let's see. You're on board with Michael Coran. This race is turned incredibly crazy now. Let's see what happens. Did his car just break? 217 miles an hour. So there was a slower car. I think that was Velasco. He went by Velasco. And he went by another one. I really don't know what happened. Maybe something broke in his car. He started to slow down. Oh, he ran out of gas. Oh, Coran ran out of gas. Oh my goodness, he ran out of gas. He was trying to make it one more lap and he ran out of gas. How about that? How about that? Mike Coran on lap number 18. This is incredible. He runs out of gas. Oh, there's so much to write about in this race. None of it good. It's like emblematic of me trying to get my work visa. So much news and none of it good. Looks like, did he get hit? I gotta wonder, did he get hit? He looks a little bit, he looks a lot like he smashed up, and I don't, he must have got hit. Let's see. Oh yeah, Matt Brinker nailed him. So Matt Brinker might have had damage on his. Still, that doesn't show all of it. Now he's got to make the fateful turn. I hear these cars and I'm waiting for a big collision. Coran again. He is going down the pit lane as he ran out of gas. I'm trying to see what the heck happened. And speed it up a little bit. I mean, this is Coran at 11 miles an hour. It's still not showing why his car is all beat up. Oh, I see. He's 5 miles an hour. 3, 2, 1. Oh. Oh, wait a second. Something happened there. Oh, that was huge. Who hit him? Oh, he did hit. He got hit. Let's see. The rear chase will show us. Who was it? It was Sammy Gonzalez. So Sammy Gonzalez here. I think Coran is done. And Sammy's done. So Matt and Sammy are done. I think Matt Brinker has the lead now. So Matt Coran, where is Matt Brinker here? There is Brent Simmons still in the pit. He's done. We might not have too many. Chris Bowens might end up winning this race. Leahy might do it too, but this right now is a battle for the race. We're halfway through. And this is it. Bryce McMinn and Matt Coran. So Bryce McMinn, number 41, and Matt Coran, number 16. So all these cars, my goodness. A valve in number 17. Oh my goodness. Back and forth we go. Cars going crazy now. Adam Velasco busted a valve. This is why people keep on going. My goodness, number 87, there was a clutch. That's John Geist who went down here. Look at all these accidents and retired. This is an insane race so far after 20 laps. And Brinker against Bryce McMinn. This is for the lead. Third is Zane Geist, and he's only 16 seconds back. This is why you never quit on these races. Zane Geist is 16 seconds back. If he can get things going, he can win this thing. A lot of accidents, and you'll see people moving up. This might be the slowest end of the race because they're all just going to be beat up cars. as this is lap number 21. Of all the battles right here, maybe 7 and 8 are tough. Let's see here. So right now, yeah, Brinker and McMahon. Zane Geist is going to be 30 or 16 seconds back, trying to get time on him. And Brandon Powell. Where is Brandon? Brandon is 13th. He's 3 laps back. He is going 218 miles an hour. And he's back out onto the course again. He's moving on up. He wants to complete all those laps so he can get ahead of all the accidents and everything. He could finish top 10 just by finishing. There's the 2 accidents, 9 and 10. So that'll move Powell up to 11th. And right now you have number 54 and number 82. 54 is Chris Mullins. And number 82, very simply, is Spencer Cale. We haven't called Spencer Cale in a while. So Mike Kilroy's 4th. And 5th is right here. This is actually not 5th. This is Keith Novick. I know that car anywhere. So Keith, number 56 right now, he is 7th. He's a lap down, but he's still staying in it. Novick driving very well here. And Nick Leahy's behind him, so what about Nick Leahy? He was, well, his car was banged up early. But this is Country Doc number 29. Now Country is way down here. He's he's 23 right now, but once you start passing these accidents and all that stuff, you're going to be there. You're going to be okay, because right now you don't have to worry about the lap counter and whether you can get a certain amount of laps to get the lead right now. So Country Doc is now lap number 22 of 40. This is unbelievable. This whole thing right now is insane. This race started out and there were a couple big wrecks early. But right now nothing has gone well. Ronald Ray at the 5th in line. Ronald Ray was in the pits, and he's 53 seconds back, and he's just going to pass right now and look good doing it. Ronald Ray is trying to come back. He had to fix his damage after he was nailed in the pits. Looking good. I mean, you can see in front of him Mike Kilroy. If he can get up to Mike Kilroy, that would be big. So Ronald Ray, remember, he won last race. He's down to 56 seconds. But right now we have lap number 22, Country Doc here. John Oldfield, number 62. He's a minute back. A minute and 11 seconds back. He's on the lead lap. So John Oldfield going around, there's nobody near him. It was funny because in the very beginning it was pack racing, and there were all these different packs. And now we got it so thinned out in the track that it is crazy. It really is kind of insane. This is kind of the road course that we thought would happen. But after that early attrition, oh my goodness. Future schedule. On Monday, it's going to be the Cornfield 45. The Cornfield 45 will be on Monday. 45 laps. The Cornfield should take about 2 hours again. Should be fun. The Cornfield 45, that'll go Monday. And Tuesday is the Milano night course. It's in Italy. It'll be another road course. And then you have at Marty Moville the Somebody's Gonna Die 200. As it is a course that more than half the cars will probably wreck on. That's an interesting one. And that's all coming up in the next week. But right now, We have a road race. We have a very close first place. As we work our way up, Ronald Ray. And Mike Kilroy, he's fourth. He's working his way forward. And going into the pits. And this is Kilroy. I think he's in the pits. Let's see who it is. No, it's Christopher Mullins, number 54. He's 3 laps back. There's a lot of cars in the pits trying to actually get out of the pits and complete some laps to gain position, because if they can get a functioning car going, then that's gigantic. If they can get a functioning car going, then they can pick up some spots, and it might not all be for naught. So Mullins will go full speed here as he's trying to get up. And lap number 23, there's only 17 to go, but each lap is, so that's Kilroy in front of him. But each lap is 11 miles long, and it just takes forever to do a lap, almost 3 minutes in a lap. All the done cars, Nathan Butler. Oh, coming out, who is this? Oh, Nathan Butler's coming out. Oh, this could be a wreck, but it isn't. Mullins and Butler now will be coming out. And we got to see this one. This could be very interesting. Butler is 6 laps down, and he's 14th. He wants to get past 12th. And William Mullins, number 45, the 6-year-old, are both on the same lap. This should be very interesting. Ran out the accident. He ran out of gas, was going back to the pits, and all of a sudden was hit hard. And he's done for the day. So Coran will go down the list, and this list will go down. It's just so many people. This is why Butler and Mullins had to get out of the pits, is because they got out of the pits. You say, oh, you're 30th or 29th. Well, you just retired. Well, the answer is you can't just do that. Because why? You lose all these slots that you'll pick up from other accidents. You can get back out. You got to get back out. You got to work hard and get back out. William Mullins now number 45. He's the 4th grader. The 4th 4-year-old. And they're in 15th now. But they want to get ahead to this 6th back slot. There's 5 of them. And right now Butler and William Mullins are out. Michael Paul, Josh Johnson, and Brent Simmons are back. They're still fixing their cars. So they're gaining another one, so they've created their own pod and their own tier because the others are still caught in there. Right now, as you can see, that's the battle for 14th place, but it's really, the battle might be top 10 with all the accidents and everything going on. Oh, Josh Johnson and Michael Paul are out. So you got a lot of people out. I'm wondering if Brent Simmons is out too. Hopper and Simmons is out now. So once these people start to fill out, I mean, right now I would trust Brent Simmons. He got 16 laps to go, which is 160 miles. If Brent Simmons can get ahead, that's going to be big. If Brent Simmons can get out front. Here's Brent Simmons coming around now. Brent Simmons is a very good driver, and if anybody can catch up to the rest of the pack, he can. So he's out and he's running the race here. So finally out of the pit. That was the world's longest pit stop. Well, maybe because he was the last one out. Looks like there are others on the lead lap. John Galante, number 14. He's 6 laps down. All that whole bunch of 6 laps. And, you know, if there's accidents in the front, then all of a sudden they have a chance. But here it is. It looks like Brinker and McMinn. Brinker again with the lead. Crossing that finish line first every time around is huge because it's laps led. And you need the most laps led to get the bonus points. And right now Brinker and McMinn are fighting for position. And if you can get the most laps led, that's actually like gaining a full position. Because both of you are going to lead one lap at least once. But McMinn goes ahead. And this is, looks like Bryce McMinn's got to get credit for this one. And Bryce McMinn, I don't know. It's back and forth and these two are going. The next pod is a minute back. So here we go. I'm not sure. And they're both going to go into the pits. And this is going to be very interesting now. Both McMinn and Brinker go into the pits. And let's see what happens here. The others are a minute behind. And right now, Ronald Ray, Zane Geist. Ronald Ray and Zane Geist are back there. And again, Mike Kilroy is making a move. But Ronald Ray and Zane Geist, this is going to be close, especially with these pits. You have to slow down. They change tires. Let's see who gets out first and if they can safely get out. And they do. It looks like both of them are coming out at the same time now. But they got to contend with others coming up. Let's see if they can get out, and they do. Let's see if they can pass and not get hit by this traffic that's coming up as they build speed. There's only one car behind them. They should be okay. It takes a while to build up speed. Spencer Cale coming back there, trying to lap Matt Brinker to get some of it back. And Spencer Cale might, but then he starts to fall back again whenever the speed starts. So down by a second. Matt Brinker is trying to put the pedal to the metal here against Bryce McMinn. Bryce is leading at 219 miles an hour. Is a little bit slower because of the pit stops. So Matt Brinker, 440 miles, so it's slightly over 2 hours. We got about a half hour left in this race. Maybe even 45 minutes, we don't know. It's going to be about 2 hours and 10 minutes. And Matt Brinker will make the pass maybe on Bryce McMinn. Both are all these very aggressive. There were a lot of wrecks early on. Zane Geist is going to be third. But actually fourth and fifth. Fourth and fifth, we have a good battle. Let's go there really quickly. So there's Geist third, but here comes William Mullins. And William Mullins goes ahead of Nate Butler. Nate Butler right now, Nate is, let's see where he's at. He's number 8, he's 13th, but he's all the way back in 6th. And number 25 coming back there. Let's see where he is. That's Ronald Ray. Where is Ronald Ray? Ronald Ray, is he failing back? Where is Ronald Ray? We might have to take a, yeah, we got to do this. Where is Ronald Ray? And, oh, he's in the pits. He had to, I guess, pit. Let's make sure it was a pit and not just some crazy sort of deal that happened. So Ronald Ray taking a long time in the pits. Maybe it was something that happened. I don't know. Nope. Ronald Ray looking good. And just a long time in the pits as he was going 224. He goes around and he makes his way. Well, as the race still continues to move on. Ronald Ray all the way in and looking good there. Just, he's still in the pits. Something, I don't know, maybe with the car, maybe an adjustment. But Ronald Ray has been in there for a while, and it doesn't look good here. Hi, John Paul. Hi. Let me guess, you want to order. That's all right. What is it? Sure. Go ahead. Sure, go ahead. So, moo, goo, die, pan. Does it come with rice? So get fried rice with it. Yeah, I'm stressing out today. It's not about that. The thing I was telling Mom last night. I got somebody scammed into my PayPal account, and they hacked in and they bought like $1,000 worth of stuff. So none of the stuff came out of my bank account yet. But trying to get I want to close my PayPal. The only reason why I had it open was to get the money from my bank account in China. But I can do that another way now. So what I'm doing is, but that doesn't stress me. What stresses me now is the work visa going to New York. What happened was COVID shut down everything, and for like 2 months, because somebody at the embassy had COVID. Yeah, so it is, so it's, to me, it's, so, I'm sorry about that, it's just, but anyway, so, I sent all my stuff to the embassy, not to the embassy, to the consulate, and the guy went there twice, and he came back and he goes, oh, well, it's closed, it's closed. So I called today, I said, well, it's closed. Is it closed for good? What is it? So I called the Chicago embassy, they said no, but there's a step that nobody told me. The step was like, this one thing, which I did. And then, because every other consulate has online first, and then the work embassy, and then the work visa. In New York, which I have to go to because it's delegated by state, because of the COVID, they didn't get that up and running. So now, it's like, I talked to the one lady last week, okay, it's all by mail, no big deal. So I sent everything in, and all of a sudden, now today, the person in Chicago goes, oh no, you gotta go to the website, and you gotta type in this, and you gotta go to this email and tell them what you're doing, and then they give you directions on what to do from there. And I'm like, oh, that's a good stuff nobody told me. So it's really no big deal. It delays by days. Pieces in a day and not 2 weeks. Then it's okay. But it's frustrating because a lot of my life is in there, and it's the weekend of 2 days of no action. But it's all going to be okay. Nothing major, nothing taken out of my bank account, nothing major when it comes to the work visa, because the work visa, everything's there. It's just trying to follow the visa. So I might have it sent back to them and then have to resend it, which will be overnight again. So no big deal there. So it's been a little bit of stress for me for a little bit, because I just want to get this whole thing done. I just want to get this done. There's more after this, because I gotta go and I have to like COVID tests and all that, and I have to be able to time that. So be able to get things done, but it's a little stressful. I was up at 9 bank right as the lobby opened, or when I thought it was at 9 o'clock. Talked to the lady there. She said, no, nothing came out of your bank account. Stupid issues, which they didn't hit, but it's life. So it'll all be okay. Okay, so I have we got pan, brown sauce, fried rice, and an order of General Tso's chicken. And tonight I can go out for ice cream. I can go to Hammers, and hopefully they'll have waffles. Yeah. See, that's why the hell I just want to get the time. It's not like I want to leave here. I want to get to Thailand. I want to get there because of all the hiccups that are going to happen in late August, early September. There's going to be a lot of I think everything's just going to hit a perfect storm in early September. It's got to work from there. I'm going to pick it up probably, I guess, around, I would say 5:30. No, actually, I'll pick it up around 5. I'll go swimming at 3. Okay. I'll have it ready for 4, 5, 6, 5. Because what I'll do is I'll go swimming, and then I'll come back, and then I'll come back, and then change, and then go out and pick it up, and then come back. I wish there were small little things that happen. I wish they'd spread themselves out, because they're not life. Life is yes, it'll all work out. It's just a little unnerving when it hits you, and then you got a day of just sorting it out, and then after that, it's usually good. But all right, well, I'll talk to you later. If you want to go out with Alpha tomorrow. It's a little overcast. Yeah, I get to check the weather. Have a great day. All right, well, right there we had to go. It's going to be the lap number 28 of 40 as we are... Had to answer the phone there, get a dinner order and all that, talk to my brother. So right now it's lap number 29 of 40. And we still have McMinn and Brinker fighting for the lead. In fact, the fight intensifies when they get next to the, right next to the finish line, because you want that lap led. You want it led, and you can't go too slow and let Zane Geist, but Zane Geist is 40 seconds behind now. He's losing a lot of it. And in the whole thing, we go back, it is Zane Geist and Nate Butler here. They're fighting Zane Geist actually 36 seconds. It looks like Nate Butler is on his tail, and Nathan is going pretty fast. I mean, I'm looking at Nathan Butler, and Nathan Butler passing Zane Geist. Now, Nathan Butler is down a few laps. He's down 6 laps, and he's ahead of everybody else in that 6-lap kind of glob. I'm wondering about Ronald Ray, whether he's out of the pits or not. But Brandon Powell, who's 3 laps back, he's 8th though. Even though he's 3 laps back, he's 8th. So it's helping out here. He's going pretty fast here. And right now, when you take a look at the lap times, we're about a half hour away. It's about a 2-hour and 7-minute race, 2-hour and 10-minute race. We thought about it when we started. We got no other things going on. No Champions League. Baseball, that ended in June. No Freeport tournament. No Spencer Kale tournament, that ended. Jared Geist tournament ended with a championship. It's funny here because everyone's like a championship. Yeah, 13 regular season, no playoffs here. The way I'm looking at this, looking at Brandon Powell, it's incredible. Him and Zane Geist finishing right now. Zane is third and Brandon is eighth. So this is step one into recovery, and if step two in the Cornfield 500 on Monday, if that comes around pretty good, then that's what you need. Mike Kilroy, who's a minute and 1 second back. Now Mike, he is driving and looking good doing this. Spencer Kale. Well, let's take a look at Mike's standings. Spencer Kale is 25th in the standings. He has 212 points. He's 5 points behind Velasco. And Spencer Kale, 92 behind the leader. That's a lot of positions. But Country Doc went down. Josh Johnson is down. Michael Paul, though. Michael Paul, number 35, is not in the top 10. See, Michael Paul, number 35, is 16th. We're going to go to Michael Paul now if we can. Oh, here's a glob of people. So here's William Mullins. Let's take a look at this. Mullins, Simmons are fighting. You also have number 44 on that same lead lap. Josh Johnson. And this is big for Josh Johnson. He's 15. But right now, William Mullins, the 4-year-old, against Brent Simmons. John Oldfield, number 62. Oldfield is a minute and 22 seconds back, and he's using this as a slipstream. So Brent Simmons going to pass William Mullins, and Simmons, it will go into the pit. So Brent Simmons will go into the pit. So there's no more there. Keith Novick, number 56. He's only a lap back. And Oldfield against Mullins, and Oldfield wants to get past. Can Oldfield get past the 4-year-old? That's the biggest thing. He is probably waiting to the turn, and let's see if he tries to get inside, and he doesn't. He's a minute 19 back of McMinn. So John Oldfield. Right now in lap number 30, there's 10 to go. He's going past William Mullins. Trying to. William Mullins, number 45, he's down there in standings. William Mullins is 13th. Accidents all the way to 20. So there's no running drivers right now that are 20 and below. There are 13 drivers out of it, 14 actually. Now we're counting 1 to 19. And right now, as you can see, John Oldfield having trouble with William Mullins. And Oldfield is now at 119. I think he wants to slingshot past him right now, but he can't do it. William Mullins and Oldfield are trying to go side to side. You don't want to do that too often, especially on the outside. That'll slow you down. Reasonably could go and challenge. He could reasonably challenge Mike Kilroy if he can cut some seconds. He's only 14 seconds behind Kilroy, and Kilroy looks like he's going to be on an island. So the slipstream and everything involved, that is just an absolute huge zoom in. For right here, Kilroy is right here. He's on an island. So the 14 seconds doesn't really bode well for him. Keith Novick, number 56, he's only a lap back. He is 6th. And Keith Novick, I'm telling you what, right now, Novick he's 9th in the point standings, and if he finishes 6th, he's going to move up at least, especially since Doc Johnson, I believe Michael Paul is below him. Nick Leahy is 2 laps down. He's 7th. He's the only one ahead. He's the only one ahead of Novick. Sandra and Geist are they're down on the list. Bandy Simmons and Simmons, they're both done. Now, Simmons is 16th, as you can see, moved up. He beat Galante out when it came to that 6 lap down pot. Brent Simmons, I'm telling you what, right now, you can't cut him out. He could end up 11th. That's going to be Nick Leahy by himself. And Joshua Johnson here. He's far behind. Fastest laps. You can see the 4 fastest laps right here really opening it up. Really, I would say really opening up is William Mullins by over a second faster than some of the other laps. And if he can keep on with that second, that would be big. John Galante, another fast lap. Brent Simmons again with the fast lap. And these are the fastest laps, so you won't see 2 of the same numbers in there. Fastest lap per driver. And in fact, the Sam Hopper, his fastest lap was 2:55.076, and that's 6 seconds back. So especially when you get hit early, that ain't good. As they all say it, that ain't good. We still have the leaders and everybody looking good here as Bryce McBen, number 41, and Matt Brinker. And there's another car involved. You never know. This is John Galante also in that front. John is trying to get back the lap that he lost. He's now 7 down as he got lapped. Brinker is still having to follow him, and they just pass him, and they're going to cut him off. So Matt Brinker going ahead of John Galante. Galante has not had the greatest race in the world. A lot of accidents marred in the very beginning. A ton of them. It didn't look good early. And Galante is falling further and further behind. Matt Brinker and Bryce McBen, they've been sharing the back and forth as we go. This is lap number 32. They might have to pit one more time. I think they will. And that's going to be it. I think the pit strategy is going to be it. As we go with 8 laps to go. This is a tough race. It's down to 6 seconds. It was 14 for Kilroy. Zane Geist is now in the pits. He's coming out of the pits, Zane Geist, number 92. Zane is 1 minute and 16 seconds back of the lead. So Zane will come out. Of course, that number is probably going to increase. Is Ronald Ray going to be behind him? Is he on the lead lap? No, I think Ronald Ray is down a few laps. Zane Geist is pushing the pedal to the metal. This is as fast as he can go. Zane is running 3rd, as he was in the pits. Now it's going to be a little bit of a change. Maybe Kilroy's in the pits. I got to see this Ronald Ray, Novick, and there's an incident. Kilroy is hit, and it looks like it was hit by Oldfield. And Kilroy at Oldfield, it looks like Kilroy didn't survive. And we're going to have to see this. What happened with this? Mike Kilroy, number 34, coming out of the pits. Let's see his speed. His speed is at the top of the screen. Let's see if he can get it up to 200 miles an hour. Looks like he spun out, and the damage is a little bit that can hurt, especially Mike Kilroy trying to get every place he can. And Mike might lose a little bit more than just, Kilroy right now is number 34 in the point standings. He's down there. He's 23rd, and this would have been big. He's getting it up to about 201 miles an hour. We're going to have to take a look here in a second on what happened. But he was involved in an incident. It didn't look good. But it looks like he's a little bit unscathed, even though he's only going 206 miles an hour. 220, everybody else is going. Kilroy might have suffered a lot of damage here. He's at 207. And again, he's incrementally going up a little bit. But it looks like others are passing him. He could be in trouble. Now he is up by like 4 or 5 laps on other people. Brent Simmons will be coming up to lap Kilroy. And I think that Kilroy is going to be damaged here. Mike Kilroy, and we're going to take a look what happens in the pits. Yeah, Brent Simmons is just slinging through. Kilroy's damaged. And Kilroy has damage. But can he hold on? Let's see what happened to Mike Kilroy coming out of the pits. And Kilroy, something happened there with John Oldfield, number 62. So we got to take a look here as we saw Kilroy. And that is big because he's going to go back, and he might go back even more. So let's take a look here. Here's Mike Kilroy exiting the pits. And he exits the pit. Oh, he slammed right in to John Oldfield. And that hurt. So the question is right now with Mike Kilroy, how far will he go back? He's down 2 minutes and 1 second to the leader. That's out of the question. But you know others are going to be pushing up. I would say he can still be in the top 10 because the 10th place team is the 10th place driver. And it's not 10th place, it's 11 because if 10th place passes you, still 11. The 11th place is 6 laps behind. They're going to have to lap him on every lap remaining. And he's not going that slow. He would have to go 120. So it looks like at least the top 10 finish will be finished. I don't know if he'll go into the pits and sacrifice all of that. But if you push it ahead, he's at least going to get in the top 10. I would say possibly the top 8 finish. And Kilroy, it's 156 for Oldfield and 201 for Kilroy. That's seconds behind the leader, but you can see about each other. And it's way more than 4 seconds now. Let's see what happens. And Mike Kilroy is coming into the pits. And let's see how many laps it's going to take. We're not just going to focus on him, but his biggest thing is he was running so well, and then the pit incident. It will deny him probably a top 5 finish. And some accidents here. I mean, my goodness. That was a big one. That was gigantic, and now let's see if anybody pulls out here, and they won't. And Kilroy will be in the pits, and they are just working on his car. Maybe, I don't know, it might be a tire change. Powell and Butler are in the pits. And I don't know about Brandon Powell. Brandon Powell is 8th. And Brandon Powell's out of the race. He wrecked again. He didn't finish the race. Something happened with Brandon Powell. Kilroy is out, so Kilroy got the change he needed. What happened with Brandon Powell? Seriously, what happened with Brandon Powell? Brandon Powell, this is 3 races, and he hasn't finished one of them. So, in the pits, let's see what happened. Powell with an accident. And maybe him and Nathan Butler, as Nathan Butler is in there again. Nathan Butler, again, with a very strong beginning. So let's see what happened. Brandon Powell, he was going 217, 218. Let's see what happened. Was it just going into the pit? We're running about 3-minute laps. Let's see here. He looked good, and something must have happened. Oh, there's Nate Butler going slow. Oh, Nate Butler. Oh, my goodness, look at that wreck. Oh, that was huge. Nate Butler veered right in front of him. Wasn't looking where he was going, and he took Brandon Powell out. Brandon Powell, that could have been a blow to his championship hopes right there. Brandon Powell with the worst luck of anybody here. All 3 wrecks, not his fault. And you can take a look at Nate Butler right here, pulling right in front of him. Watch this. He sees Butler, so he goes that way and can't get away. Boom. Nathan Butler, you can see his gas tank exposed there. Nathan Butler, a hard hit as we watch it one more time from the Nathan Butler view. Bam, like a jump scare. Oh my goodness. And that's going to be lap number 33. What an incredible, just an unbelievable. Both are out of the race now. Oh, what happened here? We have another change at the very beginning. It might be a pit. We don't know. What happened with Bryce McBinn, number 41? What actually happened with Matt Brinker? Matt Brinker, number 16. He is still in on it. He's 50 seconds behind, but I think McBinn needs to pit. Here's Bryce McBinn in the chase view. You don't get 40 seconds ahead when you're 1 second ahead without something happening. Now the question is, for the rest of the race, where will Brendan Powell finish? Right now he's 10th. There's a good possibility that he would finish 16th. Very good possibility would be 16th. McBinn now, and he should be going into the pits, and he isn't. He's going to wait one more time. McBinn, all of a sudden with a big lead. I don't know what happened. I think Brinker went into the pits. Brinker's actually falling back, and Zane Geist has second place. Something must have happened between McBinn and Brinker. We got to take a look at this. What happened between McBinn and Brinker? You got to get this thing going here, and Matt Brinker, something must have happened because he is falling back. He was so close to Bryce McBinn. And did he go into the pits? I don't know. Was it a wreck? Did they touch? Did they do something? Who knows? And that was big. As I take a look at this, he was 47 back. I mean, right now we got 6 to go. We got about 18 minutes of this race to go. And Matt Brinker, I'm trying to take, yeah, he was in the pit. And that's just pit stop stuff. Pit strategy. Matt Brinker. So Bryce McBinn again with the lead. That's Zane Geist. Zane has a 12-second lead. Something happened with Brinker. He's now down to 52. I'm wondering whether he got in a wreck before the pits. Let's go back. Did he get into a wreck before the pits? Man, that's going to be Matt Brinker here. Taking a look at him. Did he get into a wreck before he got into the pits? He was 40 seconds behind. And they go back, and still 47 behind. They're still looking. He's going back. Remember, it only calculates per lap. So let's go before this. Did he hit something? Did he hit somebody? No. Let's see. This is Matt Brinker on lap number 32, down by 19/10 of a second. It looks like Bryce McBinn was ahead of him. No wreck, no anything. And it looks like he just went into the pits. That means McBinn is down a pit stop. Looks like, well, let's see. Brinker wanted to take a lap here. This is big. This is for the lead, and Matt Brinker is falling back, and nobody knows why. Is it just a terrible pit? So what is happening as Brinker took the lead here? Let's fast forward. Brinker taking the lead. McBinn behind him. And Brinker, let's see. He goes. It's close. It's close. Smaller. He gets a little bit of bump from the traffic, and he goes, oh, he hit the wall. That's it. He hit the wall. He was going too fast. That's what happened. Matt Brinker hit the wall coming in. Oh, yeah, right there. He hit the wall. And it looked like Bryce McMinn was behind him in the pits. Bryce McMinn behind him in the pits. It looks like they both pit at the same time. And Brinker went in after hitting the wall coming into the pits. And that pretty much sealed the deal for Bryce McMinn as he just went inside, a little bit of splash and go there. And it looks like Bryce McMinn is going to win this race. We can't tell, you get the slower traffic, but he has a long time now. He was just in and out. As we go to the race right now, and now he has a 40-second lead, and Brinker's back to 53. Mike Kilroy is 5th. You can see his back there. He has damage, but we're in lap number 36. So almost a lap all the way back. Bryce McMinn with that mistakenly bad pit stop. Bryce McMinn will probably win this race unless something happens. I thought Bryce needed to come in and get a pit stop going, but whenever Brinker was starting to go back, you knew something was wrong. And with 4 more laps to go, Bryce has this thing sewn up unless something crazy happens. It's a big track. Unless he blows a valve or something, it's a big track. He can avoid slow traffic. He's talented enough to get around. And John Galane behind him. It's just for other things. For 29 Country Dock, we have a lot of things happening. Powell, the accident. 823 with an accident. Again, it's Coran with that accident before. Coran went down, and that's going to be 20, as you see. The accidents are filing down. Powell, now there's 8 laps behind. I'm not sure. I think Powell will end up 16th, as you're looking at right now. The points leader, Country Dock, who's down 10 laps. Might end up 17th. I just can't believe Zane Geist is here. Zane Geist is 40 seconds back. I can't believe that Zane Geist, number 1, is going to finish the race, but number 2, this is exactly what he needs. Brandon Powell still has not finished the race. Spencer Kale, number 82, he's 8th. And number 54, there's Matt Brinker, and Brinker is falling behind. Brinker is falling behind. He's number 37. Lap 37. That Brinker is behind there. That's the pace car there. Ronald Ray. For 25, Ronald Ray. He's 6 laps back. Really, this is 3 more laps of who's going to be close and who isn't to anybody else as we go back. First of all, this is John Oldfield, number 62. He's on an island of himself. And number 54, Mullins, he is 4 back. He's fighting number 82. He is slow. And Josh Johnson is passing him back. Josh Johnson easily had to slow down. And then he speeds up. Josh Johnson. 44 and 35. And right there, 44 and 35, that's the only battle I can think of. That's for 12th place. And Chris Mullins was in, trying to make him slow down, and Mullins was a slow car. That's the difference. between a few of these. Brent Simmons is behind them. Brent is again pulling up and trying to get positioning. Brent is 14th right now. And Brent Simmons in the standings, he's 8th overall, and if he's 14th, depending on where everybody else is, it's the third race, so you already have one high and one low. So it's gonna it's gonna mix a little bit. I can't believe Brandon Powell is out. He can't finish a race. He just wrecked. All 3 wrecks on himself. And what do you do when Nate Butler pulls right ahead of you? And Nate Butler, this slow car, pulls right ahead of him, and they wreck into each other. And that's it for Powell. Powell was going well. He would have probably been in the top 10 to finish. This is the only one so far. This is the battle for 12th place. We can have the battle for second. The first place right now is being wrapped up. There's 3 more laps to go. We got about 9 minutes. Johnson and Paul here, and Michael Paul wants to go. We had a great duel in the front with Matt Brinker and Bryce McMinn, but a crash going into the pits by Matt Brinker, and the subsequent work that needed to be done, and Matt Brinker is falling back. He's falling back a lot. I mean, that's the biggest thing we're going to see in 2 laps. You could see Matt Brinker finishing 4th. And that's John Oldfield that needs to run up there. And we're going to take a look right now. It is 33 seconds. But we have a lot of time remaining. And with Brinker falling back here, could be just enough. It won't be enough. Matt Brinker will not get Zane Geist right now. And number 41, Bryce McMinn, he's going to be close to 2 laps remaining. It's Joshua Johnson right now. Joshua Carl Johnson. He's got the middle name of a stock car driver. And the first and the last name, I think that is probably the most stock car driver name of anybody here. Yeah, Joshua Carl Johnson. Carl is the name of almost everybody who's a stock car driver here. Michael Paul. In actually real life, you always hear Carl Edwards and all. But that's, I'll tell you what. Here's Michael Paul trying to make a move on Josh Johnson. Josh number 44, Michael number 35. And Josh Johnson will go ahead. This is lap number 38 going into 39. Michael Paul trying to get around him. This is the best one we have. This is lap number 38. Bryce McMinn should be here. John Oldfield. It's now 40 seconds, so Matt Brinker is actually holding his own. Oldfield gets by Ronald Ray. Ronald Ray is way down there. Ronald Ray is actually 11th. Not too bad after winning yesterday and surviving a wreck. Bryce McMinn. Where is he? Spencer Cale. Here's William Mullins, number 45. He's 10th. Matt Brinker here running on his own island. Country Doc, he was the points leader. He is now still 18th, probably maybe going into 17th. He's down 10 laps. And Zane Geist here. And this is Zane. Where is Bryce McMinn? Bryce McMinn, we got to go to him. Where is number 41? And Bryce is caught in a little bit of traffic. He's got to get through this traffic. We're going to go through him really the rest of the race, and we'll go back as the race is about to end here. Lap number 39, McMinn gets by everybody. Bryce McMinn down to 220 miles an hour, up to 220. Yes, you have the pit stop, but also the damage, but Bryce McMinn not damaged today. As Bryce will have one more lap. He goes by Galante. You got to take a look. Michael Paul and Josh Johnson. That's a good battle. The question is, where are they? And here's Bryce going for his final lap, and he's going to pass Galante here. He's got 52 seconds to play with. He can play very conservatively, and he can play very, very slowly. He can lose 52 seconds on this lap. So this is number 39, and McBen still has not passed. Here it is. McBen is coming around for the final turn, and there'll be one lap remaining once he passes the big green line. And Bryce McBen, one lap to go. He was dueling most of the race with Matt Brinker, but then Matt Brinker hit the wall himself. He hit the pit wall going into their final pit stop, and it was that error right there. He was going too fast, and that error causes the duel to be lost, and it was a great one all day. McBen and Brinker, and a lot of cars were lost by accidents. Bryce McBen almost with one lap to go. He's close. McBen, and here is the straightaway for Bryce McBen. And this big green line that's coming up here underneath this road sign will mean one more lap. The white flag is out, one more lap to go. Anything, of course, can happen on one lap. You can have slow cars, you can hit them, who knows? Galante can push McBen into the wall. But right now, McBen is sailing pretty good, and he has a lot of margin of error here. If he wants to, he can probably go down at half of his speed. He can probably take it half of his speed. He's got Chris Mullins ahead of him. Mullins is a slow call. You want to lose a race. Mullins has been going really slow all day. He's been staying in the race. I mean, think about that. Mullins is ninth, even though he's going very slow. And he's just stayed in the race. All the other accidents and everything, he's only 4 laps behind. Mullins is going to finish ninth. He just stayed in the race all this time. Bryce McBen. Well, he's going to do it. Bryce McBen, he leads by a minute. And then once this is done, we're going to Josh Johnson. Bryce McBen will go to the other side of the start-finish line. There you see on the other side, to the right-hand side of your screen, now to the left, is the start-finish line there. McBen, for some reason, is racing John Galante. If I were McBen, I'd let Galante go, and I would just say, you know what? I want to finish this race, because I got 56 seconds to play with. And McBen will go ahead of Galante behind the trees. Bryce McBen, he's close to winning this race. They got about a mile or two left. McBen going very fast here. McBen, number 41, this last lap of this race is pretty much a coronation for him. As Bryce McBen will win this race. Bryce McBen coming around the final few turns. And we're going to go through this. This is going to be a crazy one to get through. I wonder if the cornfield, whatever, is going to be just as crazy. So, Bryce McBen, one more turn, I believe, and then he'll just step on the gas. And McBen will win his first race of the year. Bryce McBen will win his first race of the year. And Bryce, in point standings, number 41, trying to look for him. He's 21st in points, and there it is. Bryce McBen has officially won. Now we got to see Michael Powell and Josh Johnson. There's Zane, Geist, Matt Brinker, and William Mullins here. Country Doc. Let's see, there's Ronald Ray. We got to go, and we got to go quickly to Josh Johnson, number 44. Where is he? He's still battling. This is the best battle of the day. As we go through here, Josh Johnson is and Michael Powell battling for 12th position. Michael Powell trying to make a move on Josh Johnson there. They're going close to the very final turn. They're about, I would say, a mile away from the ending. Josh Johnson trying to get 12th. This is a battle for 12th, and in the overall point standings, Michael Powell and Josh Johnson are out there. They're going to lose some standing here after today, which means this is a very, very important race to the finals. So Josh Johnson is leading Michael Powell here. We're going to have to see. This is going to be one of those races. It's going to go up to the helicopter. We're going to go from that view right here to see. This is Michael Powell against Josh Johnson. The helicopter going into the view. So Josh Johnson with the lead. It has already been completed by the leader. This is going to be it. 2 more miles, I believe it said, to pit road. So they got 2 more miles of this race. So Josh Johnson, that's a few seconds. That's under a minute. So Johnson ahead of Michael Powell. Paul trying to get ahead. There's all the traffic up here. You know Johnson is going to use this to his advantage. He's going to go to the right-hand side, and he doesn't do it, and Michael Powell with the lead now. Michael Powell in 12th position. And Michael Powell taking advantage over Johnson. It's going to be close. It looks like Michael Powell with that race. Johnson's going to make one more move to try and get 12th place. And Johnson will not be able to do it. It's going to be too little too late. And Michael Powell has got 12th place here. And Michael Powell gets it. A big 12th place finish. He finishes ahead of Josh Johnson, and that could be big when you're looking at tiebreakers. Brent Simmons, he's finishing out. He's the last one on the lap, and it looks like this is going to be it. There's a few more coming in. But everybody is going back to their pits, and it looks like Brent Simmons will cross. That'll be it for him. And we're going to go back, and these are pretty much finals. Simmons crossed. He gets, all right, so this is what we have. McBin was first. Zane Geist is second. Brinker is third. Oldfield is fourth. McBin beat Geist by over a minute, but Geist gets the sorely needed points he did. He did not lead a lap, so that hurts. He doesn't get 5 there, and that is tough. Bryce McBin led a lot of the laps. I mean, I don't know. Whoever led the most laps gets it. But take a look at all the craziness that happened. Powell, Butler, Coran, Gonzalez, Velasco was out because of a valve in his car. John Geist was out because of a clutch. Emilio Rocha, actually, Coran ran out of gas, and he was trying to get himself back to the pit. He was nailed right in the back, and his race ended. That ended Sammy Gonzalez's race. Coran was in front of him. Take a look at others. Warren 25th, Schultze 26th, Sandra 27th, Cunningham 28th, Ufam 29th. And I'll tell you what, this was crazy. Looking up yet, the pot of 5 cars. Mullins, Ronald Ray, Michael Powell, Josh Johnson, and Brent Simmons. And those came out pretty much on the same lap after they were involved in an incident earlier on. And they all came out, they were 6 laps back, and they were fighting each other in the last couple laps. Michael Powell beat Josh Johnson for 12. Galante is 15th. Hopper is 16th. Country Doc is 17th. I'll be interested to see where that leads him in the standings. Ronald Ray, who won last race, finishes 11th. So in the first race, Ronald Ray did almost nothing. And now, because he was whacked early on, he finished last in the first race, but he's finished in 2 top positions here. Almost a top 10 for him, but he was in the top 3rd. It's going to be very interesting. So Bryce McBin wins the race, and we're about to go to the podium. We're about to go to the podium now for Bryce McBin. So Bryce McBin wins the race. We're going to have to go back and see it. But they didn't give him a big podium thing that we thought. And the stroll through Pennsylvania, the results here as you saw before we go to the standings. So Bryce McBin led 18 laps, and he finishes first. He started 10th on the day. And the qualifiers, it was good. We'll do that in a minute as we go past. Zane Geist is second, Brinker third. Oldfield is fourth, Kilroy is fifth. Novick sixth, Leahy seventh, Kale eighth. You take a look at the bonus points, though. The points that every Brinker is actually really gets out of this with second place points because he finishes third, even though he was going back and Zane Geist passed him. But Oldfield and Kilroy were damaged. They couldn't do anything. You take a look at the number of laps run. I mean, this was crazy. A lot of accidents early. Oh, my goodness. And that was insane. But anyway, as we go down, Cale Mullins, both Mullins, Chris Mullins 9th, and William Mullins 10th. Of course, what do you expect? He's 4 years old. And he finishes 10th. I think the interesting thing, Brent Simmons finished 14th. He was involved. He had damage to his car earlier on in an incident. It's very unforgiving, this race. If you get any sort of damage, what do? That you can't repair. I mean, it's just streamlining as fast as you can for the full thing. 17 lead changes. There are 8 different drivers here. The lead changes, of course, after every lap. But taking a look at the qualifying position, Oldfield, who had pole position, finishes 4th, almost 2 minutes back. Brent Simmons, who had second position in qualifying, finishes 14th. So the top 6 finish 4, 14, 16, 15, 19, and 18. They were all jockeying. Of course, Brandon Powell has not finished a race. He really takes championship, a big championship hit with that. Take a look at the standings right now after 3 of 13. Here's how they stand. Nick Leahy takes the lead. Nick Leahy started off terrible. He got hit, but he finished the race. He did not go into the pits for major revisions. He just came in and came out. He was passed all the time, but he finishes here. He finishes in a top banner, and he now has the lead in the points. Country Doc is second. He's next in the list. And Josh Johnson is third. We know Josh is running pretty strong. Josh again. Michael Paul is fourth. So Paul passing Johnson was really big as he climbs within 1 position of Josh Johnson. Bryce McBinn is fifth. And Bryce McBinn winning the race, vaulting all the way up. And the last race was terrible as he hit the pit wall. But this race very good as he wins. And he gets all the bonus points in the world. Most laps led. And he gets most laps led. And he gets the victory. And he led a lap. So the win and the 2 bonus points, he gets 185 points. So he bests everybody by at least 15. Novick is 6th in the points. Brinker is 7th, so he's in striking distance. Only 24 back of the leader, Leahy. If Leahy were to go down and finish 32nd, then the whole thing would be crazy. Ronald Ray is 8th. Mullins is 9th, and Brent Simmons is 10th. Kilroy is 11th. William Mullins, the 4-year-old, is 12th. Oldfield 13th. Coran, who had the lead early, went down on points last time, and he's sinking as he got in a wreck this time, and he is now down to 14th position. 15th is John Geist, very consistent, but he's not had the greatest of races, a lot of cars. Sam Hopper is 16th. Doug Sandra went from high up in the points down to 17th because he initiated an accident early. Well, that's Baltimore drivers for you, as a Pittsburgh guy would say. Spencer Cale is 18th. John Galante is 19th. And Bandy is 20th. Now, when you take a look at the bottom of the list, here are some of the drivers with a lot of pressure on them to do more. Emilio Rocha, he got hit and he was out because of an accident earlier on. Zane Geist, he finally finished a race. He moves up a ton. So he moves down from 32 to 22. He finished second. He led. Did he lead any laps? No, he didn't lead any laps. He was behind there, but he gets second place. He's 101 behind in points. Cunningham is drifting back. He is tied with Zane Geist. But Zane leads because he has more second-place finishes. Adam Velasco has had a lot of trouble with runs. He's only completed 93%, but car trouble and everything like that. If he gets it going, he could make a run. Steve Eschenbaugh has been in the nose in a lot of these wrecks. And one of the sad stories is Brooke Warren was going in the top 10 in the last couple races, and then all 3 races, and then in this race especially running very well in the top 10, that an accident takes her out. And what do? You know, Sammy Gonzalez, another sob story. He was in the top 5, and all of a sudden, guess who goes in front of him? It was Michael Corran, and Michael Corran knocked Sammy Gonzalez out there. Brian Lippert has not done well, and same with Hugh Pham. Scotty Schultz, since the very beginning of Daytona, has not done well. Nate Butler, Paul Slovic, and Brandon Powell. Nate Butler has 2 did not finish. Paul Slovic has 2 also, and Brandon Powell has all 3. So Brandon Powell is way down on the list in everything. He did lead 3 laps. Brandon Powell, really the sob story of everybody. Not another one, it's the one, because he races very, very, very well, and all 3 accidents weren't his fault. In the first race, he got into an accident that Zane Geist started. In the next race, it was Bryce McMinn hitting the pit, and then he nailed McMinn right in the roof, and then he got out of it. And in this race, it was a freak accident where Nate Butler pulled right in front of him, and Powell just, where do you go? Butler, so 3 accidents, 3 not his fault, and he's a very good driver in the first couple races, my goodness. But he just got whacked in 3 races, only completing a total of 36% of his laps, but a lot of that is short track. So that's it after 3 of 13. That's going to be it for us today. Watch us Monday. Monday is the next race. And Monday it'll be the Cornfield 45. 45 laps. It's a road race in the Cornfield. 45 laps. And we will see you then. It should be just as crazy as it is now. 45 laps in a Cornfield. It's Monday, not the weekend. Monday. Maybe something good will happen with my work visa. We'll see you then.